Hello, welcome to our training on team leadership. Let's start by discussing who is a leader. A leader isn't just someone who gives orders. Real leadership is about inspiring people, guiding them, and helping them succeed together. Think of a leader as the person who takes responsibility when things are tough, but also celebrates the team's success. A leader motivates through actions, not just words. For example, a club leader who helps set up the chairs before an event is showing real leadership because they lead by example, not just by telling others what to do. Leaders come in many styles. None of them are good or bad on their own, it depends on the situation. Let's go through a few styles you might recognize from school, sports, or community life. The autocratic leader, like a strict football coach who decides the game plan without asking players. Useful in a crisis or when people are new, but it can feel controlling. Democratic leader, like a student council president asking everyone's input before choosing an activity. Great for creativity, but it can be slow if there are too many options. Transformational leader. Think of a youth activist rallying people for a climate campaign. They inspire, push people to grow, and build a vision. The servant leader. Like a peer mentor helping new students feel welcome. This leader puts others first. It builds trust but can be draining if you forget your own needs. The laissez faire leader. Imagine a team captain who says, "You decide your own training drills, I'll just watch." Works well with independent skilled groups, but if people lack direction, things can fall apart. The situational leader, the flexible one. A camp leader might enforce strict safety rules at the river, autocratic, but let the group vote on games in the evening, democratic. This style adapts to what's needed in the moment. The key takeaway: good leaders can shift between styles. It's about reading the situation and knowing what your team needs. As future leaders, remember that people's motivation can come from two places: inside of you or outside of you. Internal motivation comes from your own values, passions, and pride in doing something well. For example, studying hard because you genuinely enjoy learning. External motivation comes from rewards or recognition, like getting a prize, money, or praise from others. Neither is bad, both can drive us. But as leaders, we need to be careful not to rely too much on external rewards. If people only work for prizes or praise, they may lose the joy of doing something for its own sake. What is the Golden Circle? It is a great tool developed by Simon Sinek and explaining why some leaders inspire loyalty and others don't. It has three layers. Why? Your purpose, why you exist. How? The way you act on that purpose. And what? The product or result you deliver. Most people start with what, but great leaders start with why. For example, why? In this company and I personally believe that humans should live in harmony with nature. How? By polluting less and reusing the same products again and again. What? We produce eco-friendly, sturdy products for outdoor exploration. Here is another example, more connected to youth leadership. A youth volunteers to improve their local community park. A bad leadership approach starting with what could be: we need to clean up the park this Saturday. Everyone must show up or the project will fail. A good leadership approach starts with why. I believe our community deserves a beautiful park where everyone can enjoy nature. Then how? We organize in small teams, each taking a section and make it fun with music and games. And finally, the what. By doing this, the park will be cleaner and welcoming and will feel proud of what we achieved. Always start in the middle of the circle with why, then how, and finally the what to be an inspirational leader. Feedback is one of the hardest but most important parts of leadership. Done well, it helps people grow. Done poorly, it can hurt trust. A simple way to think about it is the emotional bank account. Every positive interaction adds a plus, every negative one subtracts a minus. Teams thrive when the balance is positive. Here are a few golden rules for giving feedback. Be specific. Instead of good job, say The level of detail in your presentation was impressive, and you delivered it right on time. I was really impressed. Be timely. Feedback works best right after the event. Avoid personal attacks. Don't say, you're always late. Instead, say, if you arrive on time, that you will feel more valued and your input will have a greater impact. Focus on personal growth. Don't compare people to others, but help them improve their own performance. Say, I've seen you perform better before. Are you feeling okay? Maybe a sales training could help sharpen your skills. Ensure clarity. Ask if the person understands and what support they need. Take feedback as a gift. Even if it's not perfectly delivered, treat it as an opportunity to improve. Remember, strong teams usually have a 5-to-1 ratio, 5 positive interactions for every critical one. Before we finish, think about these questions for yourself. What qualities do you admire in a great leader? Why? What leadership qualities do you already have, and which ones do you want to develop? How do you respond to criticism or feedback as a leader? What are your biggest fears or concerns about being in a leadership role? Can you think of a leader, famous or personal, who has influenced you? What made them inspiring? What actions can you take to become a better leader in your community, school, or workplace? Thank you for watching. See you in the next exciting topic, public speaking.